Tell us what you think. In person, over the phone, online. Watch and hear yourself on TV. You tell us, we air it. This is The Local Live.
Hello and welcome to The Local Live on this Thursday, July 24th. I'm Kyle Byrne.
And I'm Siobhan Flattery. You're watching the only show focused on community stories from Larchmont-Mamaroneck and Rhinebeck. Let's take a look at what we have for you tonight.
Construction affecting local roads. Stay tuned for details.
What's going on with the local waterfront revitalization program? We'll bring you an update tonight.
Fair and affordable housing in Larchmont? Join us later and we'll let you know about a project that can be part of a solution.
And Anthony Carlo brings us full coverage of the first Mamaroneck block party of the summer.
And Batman fans, attention, we have a story for you coming up.
Check out this little kitten. Rudy's looking for a new home. Tune in to see how you can adopt this adorable cat. Driving around the community is tough this summer, with lots of construction affecting roads. First up, the village of Larchmont streetscape is back on track after a one-year hiatus caused by a contractor default. The project was started with the new construction team shortly after the July 4th holiday. Look for new sidewalks, old-fashioned style lampposts, and trash and recycling bins. This time around, the staging area is away from Pinebrook Park, instead using a town site at Madison Street and 5th Avenue. Orange no parking signs are posted throughout the business district as the project wends through Palmer and Chatsworth Avenues. But that's not all. Con Edison workers also are on the scene at Palmer and Franklin.
Hey, we're here at Franklin Avenue getting an update on the now construction. Can you tell us what's happening?
Yes, what we're doing is replacing the old main with the new main. It's going to be about a 2-month project, and we're going to run 8,000 feet of plastic pipe. And we're going to be running 2 crews, 1 night crew and 1 day crew. So you have to avoid the street for a little bit.
What time to what time?
7 to 3 day crew, and then 7 to 7 night crew.
So what streets are you working on?
We're going to be working on Chatsworth, Palmer, and Franklin.
All at the same hour?
Yes. Actually, we're going to start tomorrow in different places with another crew.
Okay. Same amount of time, 2 months?
Yes.
Is also working on Rockland Avenue in the town of Mamaroneck. According to the town highway department, it's coordinating with Con Edison to have suspected gas leans checked and pipe prep work done before the town resurfaces the road. Expect the utility crew to be on the road through August. The town plans to repave the street before school opens in early September.
What's the update on the local waterfront revitalization program? The answer is it's still being revised. The 30-year-old document needs to fit the New York State standards on the waterfront developments. At the recent work session, they discussed new revisions as well as what they would like to see added.
Daily load for the pollutants that prevent Mamaroneck Harbor from meeting its water quality. That sounds like it's totally not enforceable. How are we ever going to figure out what pollutants on a daily basis are going into the river?
It's
and
not for you to do.
Okay.
It's for DEC to do.
Okay.
And it's sort of the step by which to
5.3.
get them to focus on water quality in the harbor. They've established a TMDL for Long Island Sound.
Okay.
But
So
water
we're asking.
qualities persist in the embayments.
Okay.
And they're not.
So we're saying pretty please do.
Remember that if you want to watch the full LWRP work session as well as other meetings, you can log on to LMC-TV.org and search Videos on Demand.
Up next is Mike Witch's In the Media segment, keeping you connected to everything newsworthy in our community.
According to the Mamaroneck Patch, the Board of Trustees has updated the village's zoning code in order to prevent eyesores downtown. The new law says that property owners in the Central Business District cannot obtain a demolition permit until they have approvals in place for the new construction. Mayor Norman Rosenblum said the law will protect the, quote, aesthetic integrity of the downtown business district by preventing developers from taking down an existing building until a business developer is ready to begin construction on the new building replacing it. In more patch news, 20 volunteers from St. John's Episcopal Church recently constructed 2 cinder block houses in Capozano, Nicaragua. Reporter Lynette Say writes that it's the 9th year that the church group has gone there to build and have what she calls a cultural exchange. Here's a comment from first-time volunteer Greg Steinmetz, a securities analyst from Larchmont who went with his 15-year-old son Axel. One day, he says, I found myself covered in sweat and concrete dust, hauling yet another wheelbarrow full of gravel when I thought to myself, I'm having the time of my life. A third item in the patch, Columbia Engine and Hose No. 2, is hosting a blood drive on Wednesday, July 30th at the Firehouse on North Barry Avenue. Donors can enter a chance to win a $100 gift card. Especially in July and August, blood donors are needed because the supplies dwindle due to summer vacations. Read the patch to find out if you qualify and where to go to give blood. From this week's Mamaroneck Daily Voice, I read that Washingtonville Housing Alliance has sold the Mamaroneck Towers, the senior housing complex across from the train station. The new owners, Wilder Balter Partners, plan to upgrade the kitchens, baths, and common areas without raising the rents. The sale gives the Housing Alliance enough money for a new housing project. You can read more in The Voice. The Hub also reports that the Town of Mamaroneck Conservation Department is reconstructing the boardwalk located on the Leather Stocking Trail between Country Road and Old White Plains Road. This section of trail is expected to reopen by mid-August. Unfortunately, there is no alternative route available to residents, and there's a warning that there's lots of poison ivy in the way if you try to walk around the closed section while work is underway. And finally, do you know that Larchmont and Mamaroneck has a competitive swim team? Well, I read in the Loop that the team trains at the Hommocks Pool all summer, and it just won its first annual Summer Invitational meet against competitors from Lake Isle Country Club and Orienta Beach Club. The team of boys and girls ages 6 to 17 also won their division championships 2 years in a row. You can read more in this week's Loop. And I'm Mike Witch, helped today by audio engineer Ella Ward, and that's some of the local news I found this week in the online media.
Hey guys, you're watching the local live. Stay tuned.
Yeah. Last week, we reported on a new affordable housing opportunity in the Larchmont community. The Pine Brook Condominium Complex did an informational workshop this week, and I was there to cover the story. On July 23rd at the Village Center of Larchmont, tons of people came together to listen to the informational meeting about the new affordable Pine Brook condominiums.